Here we go. Hello, welcome back to Jenna Unedited. And I should probably change the title. I can't even pronounce it. Welcome back to Jenna Unedited, episode 3. And I have so much to say. It's been amazing, like incredible. The last hour or so. Yeah, it's like, don't know. Last night I had the idea to come on and record an unedited episode with you this morning, because it occurred to me that I'm not actually fully sharing the magic of my work, in the sense that, yes, I help business owners reprogram their limiting beliefs and get out of their own way and create success with ease. But I've not really pulled the curtain fully back. I don't even know if that's the right saying. I've not completely shared anywhere that actually there's still quite a bit of strategy that goes on, in the sense that I say that 95% of it is mindset and 5% of it is strategy. And so when you work with me as a business owner, it naturally, we get to talk about strategy, and not, I'm so not here for that, cookie cutter shit. There's not one way to do things. Well, there is one way to do things. It's your way, your aligned way, what feels good for you energetically. There is a right way for you. And the way I work with my clients is to build their self-trust, develop their intuition so that they can follow that. And I can guide them to feeling into what is the aligned action for them. And so I find myself saying it very regularly, until somebody absolutely definitely knows this when they come to work with me, that what I say is guidance. And the same goes for any coach. If you're listening, you're working with a coach, make sure that you know this. You have to put whatever your coach says through your internal filter. Do not follow their advice without running it through yourself, because if you're following the advice that your coach is giving you without feeling into whether it feels good for you, and I'm saying this with a caveat, because I know that if you don't trust yourself, then that's very, very hard to do. And also, if you can't work out that relationship between what's fear and what's courage. And I know, I don't even want to get into this. It's going to take too much time in the podcast, but essentially this is why the mindset and the deep inner work comes first, so that you can trust yourself and you can develop that relationship with your body, so that you can just instantly feel what is an expansive opportunity, an expansive idea, what is intuition and what is ego, and trust that, really fully trust that, to the point where you lead with intuition in your business like I do. And that gets you to create your success in a way that's so magical. You can't see what's coming. You don't need to. I'm just so conscious of time, because I know I've got a lot to say, and only 30 minutes to do it in. So yeah, you have to get yourself to a place where you can trust yourself so much that you can just not know the big picture, because you're never going to know the big picture. Push the ego, push the logical brain aside, and feel your way in your business. And honestly, it's just the biggest game changer. It's what I do. And my business, the way I do things, my whole methodology, my whole framework, everything has evolved through intuition, through just giving myself permission to follow that and to lead the way feels, to speak my truth, to lead, to just do the things that I'm doing. It's evolving, and it's evolving fast. And, just create the most magical business that not is only extremely successful, but feels so incredible. Money is just a byproduct of alignment. And this is really amazing. I didn't even think I was going to talk about this, but yesterday I had an first intensive session with a new client, and they're coming to me with a lot of money baggage, which is often the way, so much heavy fear and unhelpful stuff that they have in their subconscious to do with money. And I said to this lovely lady, it's not her fault. It never is. Your programming is not your fault. It's just what you've experienced and what you've made that mean about you growing up. So there's a lot of unlearning to do. And so you would think that session would revolve around money, but actually no, it revolved around worth. Because when you feel worthy, like when you absolutely feel with every fiber of your being that you are worthy, then it's just not about the money anymore. It's about taking that space. It's about taking up that space and owning it, and owning your gifts, and just being ready, being excited, not holding yourself back anymore. And like we did some EFT on this, and some other things that just, she was, we were having like a really nice, lovely conversation about the work that how the work's going to unfold and everything, and it was great. Like, she was enjoying it. And then the moment that I turned the conversation towards doing the deep work around this how do you feel in your business, how does it make you feel, like the brain reacts constantly to the things that we're thinking and the things that we're saying. So the minute that topic came up, her whole physiology just changed. And she just said, it makes me feel a little bit sick, like instantly, like I'm straight there now. 10 out of 10 nerves, anxiety. And of course, like, that's okay. That makes sense. When you think about something hard and heavy, you're going to feel it in your body. That's the mind-body connection. But we got her from a 10 out of 10 nervousness to right down to a 0 of confidence, excited, ready to take up space. And this is just the start. There's other things that we did in the session and homework that I've given her. And then now we have this dialogue back and forth between our calls to help her to embody the changes that are going to be happening subconsciously. She's got her bespoke audio that she's listening to every night as well, to do that subconscious reprogramming. But it was just really, really interesting to see that in the work that we were doing, when we were actually doing the work, it wasn't even about money. It was about worth. Where did that even come from? I didn't even realize I was going to be talking about that. I can't even remember why I brought that up. But yeah, essentially, it's how you feel in your business that matters. So I'm sharing today that yes, it's about strategy too, but I'm not going to dilute my message too much, because it really, really is 99 or 95, whatever, 95% mindset, 5% strategy. But what I do is I shift the belief. First of all, work out what that limiting belief, how are you holding yourself back, shift that belief, create that new energy and that new action. And that's where we discuss the strategy, because you've got the new programming that is like, right, okay, I'm unapologetic now, I'm ready to take up space, I know my worth, I know success gets to be easy. And that change is happening subconsciously. So you've got this new energy about you, but you then need support to embody that, because you only know what you know. Okay, so it's about shining the light on, all right, what does this new action and energy look like for me? How do I change the way I've been doing things? And that's me having eyes on your business, for example, looking at the language that you're using in the DMs, and showing you how you can up level that, be more in your own power about that, be more confident, show that you're more confident in your work. And that's strategy there. But every conversation is different, every person is different, every business is different. There's absolutely no cookie cutter stuff going on here. And I it's all intuitive. Everything that I'm doing is intuitive. I'm following my heart. I'm following everything the way that I'm doing it. I'm sharing it with my clients to show what's possible. I've made multiple 5-figure months in my business in the first 2 years of starting it, without any ads, with a tiny audience, and without even a masterclass until very recently. So it's possible and it's incredible, but it's the inner shifts that happen first. Anyway, that's the message that I was going to come on here, dropped in last night. I wanted to come on here and share, but since then, so much has come through. And so there's more that I would like to share. And yeah, this, what's on my heart to share again, you might have heard me say it, but I cannot stress enough to you that the relationship that you have with yourself is so key. And there is always expansion available to you when you're open to it. I'm not talking about expansion of your business and expansion of your abundance. I'm talking about expansion of your joy, your experience of life. There is expansion open and available to you at every turn. But how you're going to get that, how you're going to get there, is step 1, learn to love and respect yourself unconditionally, with no ifs and buts. It's not about I will make time for myself later when I finish my to-do list, or I will do this then. No, you're worthy now. You are worthy because you are, and your energy, and you are the most important thing. Your business will be a reflection of you. So if you sort yourself out and your relationship with yourself out now, then you're going to thrive. Okay. So it's not about putting yourself first after your to-do list. That's not putting yourself first. It's putting your joy first. As a business owner, every single time, follow your joy, because that is the gateway to creativity, higher energy, the ability to trust yourself and get that intuition, and maybe not be able to follow it because you have to do some work to be able to trust yourself to do that. But it's a starting place. Seriously, put yourself first, put your joy first, and you will get so much more flow going in your business and with your ideas. And so I've upped my game and surprised myself even more this morning. And I put some music on. So I'll paint a picture for you. It was 8:25, and that, like, my girls had got ready. Me and Tom had got our girls ready for nursery, and we get them ready early because we've learned our lesson recently that we cannot have time pressure. It goes tits up if we are against the clock. So we get them ready nice and early now, and they have extra iPad time until they're ready to go. And it's been working like a dream. When it's time to go, they're happy to go because they're ready. So I had time to get myself ready, and I thought, I want to listen to some music. Now, I have a song that I love playing at the moment, but Tom took the piss out of me for this song because his Little Mix, You Got the Power, and it's got the random word motorbike in it. And yeah, he just took the piss. So I decided to put my headphones in. He was busy listening to a training on his phone anyway. And this song comes from my dance class. So, like, if you follow me, you bang on about my dance class all the time. It brings me so much joy. And so I put this song on in my earphones, and just like followed what I want. Like, my body wanted to move. So there's this space between my bed and my wardrobe, not tiny little space, but like a little corridor of space. And I was half dressed. I had my jeans and my bra on, and I just had my headphones in. This song was playing, and I just wanted to move my body. So I did my whole dance routine to that. And Tom was just like raising an eyebrow, basically calling me a bit of a twat. But I didn't care. Like, I'm not dancing for anyone. I'm dancing for my own joy. My girls didn't even notice. They had their headphones on and their iPad on. Like, I was just loving life for that 5 minutes. Nothing mattered. I was just absolutely loving life. And it was just so good to enjoy that 5 minutes of getting ready. And what happened next was the cutest car journey ever. Like, the girls, they're aware it's Mother's Day on Sunday, and they're so excited. They keep bringing it up. I'm like, when's Mummy's Day, Mummy? And talking about what we're going to do. And then, it's just the cutest journey. So cute. I love 4-year-olds when it's going well. And so I dropped them off. And then when I was walking back to the car park, I voice noted Tom because I just wanted to share a couple of the snippets that they'd said in the car. It was just too cute. I just wanted to share that joy. And then, as I leave the nursery car park, I normally listen to Radio 1 Takeover on the way home because there's like random songs, and I always put it up so loud and just enjoy that journey. Whatever the songs are, I just enjoy it and sing really loud. But today I followed the nudge to listen to my happy playlist instead, and just repeat that song that brought me so much joy dancing early on. So I put that on. Loved it. We don't have a phone connected up to the Bluetooth, so unfortunately it was just like as loud as it could be on my phone, but whatever, it was good. And then I got to a queue at a roundabout, and my intuition, like, I just felt it. Something told me to turn on the radio, and I was happy I did that. Intuition always works, like always, always, always. And the song that was just starting was Tina Turner, Simply the Best. And I don't really know much about Tina Turner, but lately I'm really feeling an affinity with her and her energy. There's this song that we do at my dance class called, the Rolling song. Rolling, love it. And I've just been loving that at dancing lately. And we even booked tickets to the Tina Turner musical a couple of days ago because I've heard good things about it. Really want to see it. So just attuned to the energy of Tina Turner, and that song was just starting on the radio. Put my volume up so loud and sang my heart out to Simply the Best. And it just felt so good. It felt like another level of, this is my life. Like, there's so much gratitude, so much joy. It's just the most incredible thing. I just feel so blessed. And yeah, as I was singing, ideas were coming to me like, this is how it works. You raise your vibration and then you just open up this channel for creativity and inspiration just flowing in. Like, I've got so many ideas and I probably won't share them. Like, I'll probably forget some of them on here, but that's okay. Like, when you have that commitment to raising your vibration and living your joy, you're never ever short of ideas. And yeah, just so much is flowing through. So what time are we on now? I've got a client at 11. And then, yeah, so a bit more to say. Here we go. What else have we got? Bear with me. I know you can't see this at the moment, but this often happens where I just close my eyes and just go within again, because I know there's stuff there. And I know that if I give myself a moment, it will come back. Oh, yeah. So I'd like to share a little bit of a mindset shift that I went through quite a while ago, because I've been pretty unapologetic in the way I'm doing things for over a year now. And it's incredible. But I remember quite early on when things were starting to take off with my Change Your Life program, I remember this resistance in me that I moved through. And that was, what would others think of me if they see me constantly sharing about how joyful and how grateful I am to feel so free? Now, with the Change Your Life program, I was walking my talk. I created that to help others get out of survival mode and just build that relationship with themselves and become unapologetic in the way they're living their life, so that they can be bold and make the changes that they want to make, and just stop people pleasing and have boundaries and just to feel good. And I just want to share, actually, just got a message from one of my clients there. She's still in my world. She still follows my stories. So she obviously still listens to my podcast. And I just want to read. I haven't got back to her yet because I wanted to do this podcast, but I just want to read the post that comes out that she sent me. She said, "Morning, Jenna. I've been dipping into your stories recently and just keeping my energy in tune, as it's been a busy time at home and work. But just wanted to share that I got a level promotion at work. Got it through yesterday, my birthday too. I've been manifesting recently about changes financially. Nothing big, but this just turned out without me having to write my own business case for promotion, along with a bonus and along with a pay increase. Just wanted to share and thank you for always being in my sphere, sending messages through your content and the work that we did together." How incredible is that? That's just so amazing. And so that lady, like, I don't know why I'm plugging Change Your Life. By the way, Change Your Life is still a program, is still available for you. If you want to change your life, you're not a business owner, you can still do it. It's available via self-access. So come and DM me if you're interested in getting that transformation, as not as a business owner. But anyways, yeah, it's so good to still be knowing that I'm helping people just by doing what I'm doing. But where was I? Oh yeah. So when I was doing Change Your Life, I just felt this calling, this responsibility to be unapologetic with my joy and like the way I was experiencing life, because ultimately that is shining the light for others who want that for themselves too. And this little bit of resistance came up in me when I was starting to be really successful with it, is how would people who know me in my personal life, i.e. old teaching colleagues, this was it really, old teaching colleagues, what would they think? Because I know how hard teaching is. And this is quite pertinent now with today being a strike day and knowing how much harder teaching has got since I left as well. Like, I watched Tom go through more of it since I left, and now he's left. And it's so heartbreaking to see so many great teachers leaving the profession. But I applaud them, because you've got to put yourself first. But it's really, really hard when you're so passionate about it, like I was. But ultimately, I moved through that resistance because it's not helpful. You cannot live out your soul's purpose. You cannot be in alignment. You cannot speak your truth and live. Like, it sounds so corny, but you can't live your best life if you're dimming your light. And so I moved through this resistance pretty quickly. But I wanted to share it because I don't think I've ever shared it before. And I know that it is a common struggle for people when they decide to go their own way, set up their own business. They're like, people are watching me. Like, how do I feel about that? People that actually know me, how do I feel about that? And that, can feel vulnerable. That's absolutely some work that I support people with when they come to me. Sometimes they've done that work already, but sometimes not. And the reframe is, do not hold yourself back, okay? Because you have two choices. You can be disempowered and hold yourself back by letting the fear, like your brain just wants to keep you safe. So your brain will magnify this and it will feel very real for you. You'll be thinking, who does she think? You'll be thinking that people are thinking, who does she think she is? Being all joyful and, she's whatever. I don't even know. Like, I just don't spend time thinking about this anyways, but something along those lines. And you'll let it hold you back because you won't be able to speak your truth and like really, really speak from the heart and just go for it, because you'll be afraid that old colleagues or old friends or whoever will be judging you. Some of them might be. You'll never know. Some of them might be, and that's okay. Remember, when someone is judging you, it is nothing about you. It's triggering something in them. And I see being triggered as healthy. It's just a signal of some work to do on yourself. And whether those people judging you ever get to the realization of that, it's not your problem. It's not your responsibility to even think about that. So let it go. You've got your soul's purpose. You've got your passion. You've got your fire within you. You've got to let that come out. So reframe that. Step back into your power, because when you are in alignment and doing things unapologetically your way, the truth is that you will be inspiring those people who are ready to be inspired. You'll have people watching you who are celebrating you and watching you win, knowing that you're inspiring them. And so that's why they're watching. And I know that I've got loads of people, not necessarily loads of people, but several people have said to me in passing that they've listened to my podcast or they're watching my stories. I can see them watching my stories, and they're not business owners, but they're clearly listening for a reason. And I know actually, like I say this too, it doesn't matter if you're not a business owner. Mindset is mindset. And you can literally most of the time just switch out the word business for life and it still makes sense. It's still helpful. So there'll be people who are watching and who are being inspired by the work that you're doing. And there will be some who you might trigger, but so what? So what? It's not your responsibility to worry about how you're making others feel. You do you. And do not dim your light, because there's only one of you. And if you hold yourself back, then you're not in alignment. You're not in alignment if you're holding yourself back. Okay? So what day? It's March the 15th today. March the 15th, 2023. You get this day once, okay? One day. So I'm calling you here as you're listening to this. I don't know what time of day it is, but you've got the rest of today just once. Do everything in your power to enjoy today and be grateful that you are here. Whatever's going on in your mind right now, step back into your power. Reframe that. Switch your thoughts from lack to abundance. 150,000 people, I just quickly Googled this. I don't know if it's the right stat or whatever. It doesn't matter what the number is. A lot of people didn't wake up today and you did. Okay? That's important. You've got breath. You've got your sight, most of you. I don't know. There might be some blind listeners listening, and there may well be. And I'm sure, I don't even know where I'm going. Be grateful for what you've got is what I'm saying. Okay. I coach a lady who has quite significant health problems, and she's the most inspiring woman. She's incredible. And she's just amazing. Shout out to you if you live very close to me. I know you know who you are. Sending you lots of love. She's amazing. And just don't worry about anybody else. Focus on yourself is what I'm trying to say here. By the way, actually, I wanted to share, because you might think like you can tell yourself stories and compare yourself to other people and stuff, and like, oh, that person looks like they're killing it or whatever. Truth is, for you guys, I've made hardly any money in my business so far this month. And do you know what? That is totally okay. I've set an amount for I've set an intention for the amount that I would like to bring into the business, and I am a long way off. And that's okay. I fully trust that it's coming. I don't know where from. but it's not for me to know. Like, I walk my talk. If you watch my masterclass, every single thing that you see on there is what I'm doing. That framework, that ultimate freedom framework, is literally what I do and how I share it, how I teach my clients. I formulated that framework after I'd been doing it for so long. I just put a name to the things that I was teaching and sharing. So it is just about following your joy, following your intuitive nudges every step of the way, and it pays off every single time. I have got so much strategy ideas to put in place over the next few weeks. And I can really just trust and surrender to the fact that I'm still able to make an incredible amount of money in my business for the rest of this month, even though not much has happened yet, because money is just byproduct of alignment. When you're in alignment, when you're following your joy, when you're not holding yourself back, when you are just trusting and surrendering, then it happens. It happens. It's just magic. It's so hard to explain. Like, I often feel like I say something and you're just like, yeah, whatever, Jenna, like, it works for you, but maybe not for me. And that's why it feels so good. Like, last night I recorded a podcast episode with one of my current clients, and yeah, she just said it for herself, and others have been on who've worked with me. They say it for themselves, like, your success gets to be easy. And, you know, it's how I can have my biggest ever month in December, like, with zero, there's never any push energy in my business. I've seen it time and time again. People just coming into my DMs seemingly out of nowhere wanting to work with me, and it just happens. And I know that I can up my game in terms of putting more polls on my stories, or being more explicit in terms of, like, sharing my masterclass more often, optimizing my ads more quickly, and doing the things that are on my to-do list. I have two choices. I could knuckle down and hustle and get all of those big ideas done in the next 7 days. I could work my ass off and get to the place quickly, but it's not guaranteed, you know, like, that would really affect my energy. Like, I don't do anything with push. I'm not sacrificing my energy and my joy, my present moment. I'm not available for that at all. So those things, those big ideas that I have, they will get done in the right time. I have an incredible couple of VAs supporting me. Shout out to Matilda and Emily. They're doing so much behind the scenes. And we'll get there when we get there. But it always comes down to it. There is zero push energy going on in my business. And you don't know where your next client is coming from. Like, I could literally stop this recording in a second and hop on Instagram I know I've got some messages to answer in there in a second, but there could be a new one in there that's saying, like, oh, I've just watched your masterclass, or so-and-so has recommended you. Can I book in a discovery call? That's the way it works. You do not know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, the next half an hour. You know, you try. If you're working from a place of push and struggle and like strategy, you're like, you put in all the things, but then you're still left with that anxious feeling of, okay, what next? I'm doing all the strategy, but what next? Why isn't it happening? It's not the way it works. It's down to you being in alignment, and literally the money, the finance side of it. Once you get rid of any upper limits that you've got, and any limiting beliefs that are holding you back from doing things in the aligned way for you, then that money is just a byproduct of alignment. And this might go over your head, and if it does, that's okay. Like, you know, I'm just speaking my truth right now. Strategy is important. So to sum up then, you know, this is why I came on to do this podcast originally. Yes, strategy is important, and I am actually teaching strategy in my containers, but it comes last. It's the mindset, the subconscious reprogramming to get those limiting beliefs out of the way, so that you can put yourself first, you can build your self-trust, you can follow your intuition, and use me as a sounding board. Like, I've got this idea, Jenna. Oh no, I've got 50 seconds left. Like, yeah, use me as a sounding board, and I help you to embody the energy that you want to have. That's coming via subconscious programming, but then it's about the aligned action. And the strategy coaching that I'm doing in my containers is about the embodiment of that. So just to sum up then, 30 seconds. Strategy is important. I am teaching it, but your mindset and your energy must come first. I also said, do not dim your light for anybody. And lastly, most importantly, put your relationship with yourself and your joy first. If you want to learn more and learn how to do your business with zero push energy, go and watch the masterclass where I teach about the ultimate freedom framework and creating success with ease. I'll pop the link in the show notes. Thank you so much for being here again, and see you all soon. Love you lots. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Bigger Than You podcast with your host, Jenna Holloway. If this episode has been valuable to you, please share it with a friend or leave a review.